Hey, my name is Abigail Williams, and this is my BCM testimony. Good.
BCM is a great place to find community.
Ministry that just really was shaking the walls of TCC with the gospel.
Just putting people in your life or opportunities to invest, it was all God.
It will challenge you in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it will fill you up.
So, I came to TCC directly after high school. I had the opportunity to go for my first 2 years for free on a scholarship called Tulsa Chiefs, so that was pretty cool. I enjoyed TCC. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy school, and so I liked going. It was just class. It was just college. Wasn't anything super special or whatever. And I hadn't really heard of BCM for a while that I was there. I just didn't really know it was a thing. Like I said, I just kind of like showed up to class and then went home. And so I didn't really hear about a lot of stuff that was going on. But a friend from my church had invited me to go. And it sounded really cool, but I couldn't. I was tied up in a few other things. I instructed dance on Monday nights, and then I participated in my dance classes on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. So my evenings were pretty much held up. So I couldn't really, I didn't have the free time to make it. But over the course of the summer, my studio closed down, and while that was sad, it also freed up a lot of my evenings. So I did have the opportunity to go to BCM, and I had gone here and there. I wasn't really committed to going. It was just kind of like an extra thing that I did every now and then. And it was really good. It was pretty impactful for me to see a group of people my age really worshiping Christ and pursuing his mission for them. And so that was really impactful for me. And so, yeah, I didn't really jump in. I didn't really get involved yet. I came to a point in my life where I had lost a lot of friendships. A friend of mine moved away, a really close friend of mine. And my studio closed, so I lost a lot of friends there. A few of my good friends went away to college. And really, I had just kind of been left in a place where I realized I really didn't have a lot of close friends, or really any. And so, anyways, I kind of struggled with that, and it was weird for me because I had never struggled with feeling lonely, because I've always been pretty cool, just me, myself, and I had never struggled with that, because I'm a pretty independent person. I do well on my own, but all of a sudden, I was struggling with that, and I didn't know how to deal with it because it was new to me, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I was reluctant, and I threw myself a pity party, and a big one at that, and so I just kind of kept to myself. But anyways, I came to a point where I needed to talk to somebody, and so there was one night I was in my room, and I was just really struggling with it, and so I went to my mom's room, and I sat on her bed, and I kind of just broke down. which is hard because I don't really open up about things that I struggle with, but I needed to talk to somebody. And so I talked to her, and I told her what I was going through, and I talked with her about my situation. And I really felt like God was calling me to go to BCM, and specifically to make friends, which was really weird for me. I felt really weird saying it, but ultimately, I knew I had to go and meet new people. And so BCM was kind of my outlet for that. And so I went, and I was still reluctant, so I showed up late on purpose, and I would leave directly after, just so that way I wouldn't have to talk to people. But I knew that I needed to go, and so I went. And so I just kept going, and it was still good for me. I loved the messages. They were convicting, and they taught me about the urgency of the gospel and about my call to go. And so that was really good for me. But eventually I kind of came to the point where I was done. I was done showing up late and leaving directly after. I knew that I needed to meet people, and I wanted to. And so I started showing up on time, and sometimes even early. And then I would stay and I would hang out for a little bit afterwards. And so, yeah, I went, and I still didn't really meet people. People didn't really come up to me too often, which was all right, but I still kind of put myself out there a bit. And I would have people coming up to me every now and then and ask if it was my first time, or introduce themselves to me and be like, hey, like, are you new here? And I would just I would lie to them and say yes, because I didn't want to go through that thing of like, oh no, I've been going for like 3 months, but it's okay. So I would just say, yeah, it's my first time, whatever. And then Kyle, our BCM director, was walking by one time, and he heard me say that, and he was like, no, it's not your first time. And I was like, well, I've been a few times. And he goes, Abigail, you've been going for like 3 months. It's not your first time. And I was like, I just didn't want to face the awkwardness of like the fact that I'd been going for a while and nobody's still remembered me or whatever. And so anyways, that was kind of my fault too. I didn't really pursue relationships with people. I allowed myself to stand in the background. And so anyways, I continued to go, and I slowly but surely met new people, met more people, and it wrecked me. It taught me that I was too self-focused on my own desires, and that I wasn't pursuing the gospel and Jesus as I should. Okay, so fast forwarding to where we are now, I was very excited to get back into this semester, starting up school again, getting back to somewhat normal everyday life. And I was really excited to get more involved with BCM. I kind of decided that this semester I was going to really get involved because I had been going for 2 semesters, and I just really didn't allow myself to get involved. I was very reluctant, and I wouldn't have thought that during that time, but looking back now, I was very introverted and timid, which is not really like me because I'm a very people person. I'm a very extroverted person. I like to talk with lots of people, and so I was just really excited to go and really be involved. And so through this semester, it's been really good. I've been able to really dive into discipleship and what that means, and be involved in leading discipleship groups and investing in different girls, and really pursuing Jesus and His glory and His kingdom, and leading others in that as well. And so after BCM, after I got involved with it, it's really changed my perspective of TCC and school and life in general, of the fact that we're called to go and to share the gospel and to make disciples. It's really taught me that my life is not about myself, but it's about pursuing Jesus and His mission for us, and being kingdom focused and kingdom minded. And so, yeah, it's wrecked me in the best way possible. And so I would encourage anyone who's new to TCC, anyone who's a young adult that doesn't really have a Christian ministry program to kind of get involved in, to come and sketch it out, to give it a chance, meet people, don't show up late and leave early like I did. Allow yourself to get involved, because if you show up available and willing for God to move in your life, He will wreck you in the best way possible. So, yeah. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. One question: what would Jesus do? I think He would subscribe so He can watch everybody else's BCM testimonies.